It's the Nonsense and Deep Thoughts Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? Justin, what's going on, my man? How are you today?
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? How was your day?
Wonderful.
Yeah, got some
Spent
golf.
the day out on the golf course. Well,
All right.
The afternoon on the golf course.
Yeah.
Turns out Cricket Hill on a Tuesday is kind of busy.
Why?
If you're going to do 18, you have to be there by like 10.
Oh, they run that special during the week with lunch and everything else. So
They have a league of 88 guys.
Oh,
that
88-year-old
starts at,
guys
like,
or
3,
88
and they
guys?
play 88 guys.
Oh, wow.
And they take up they play all 18.
Got you. All right, we could talk golf another time. Welcome to NDT Squared Circle Sessions. We are your hosts, Aaron and Justin, for this wonderful episode. We have a special guest with us. As most of you guys know, we did an event Saturday night at High Ground Pro Wrestling. It was awesome. We had a great time. We got to do some commentary. Corey did fantastic with his ring announcing, with his big old burly projecting voice. He did a great job out there. But we did bring back with us our guy, Lucious Krow. He wants to come on and discuss some things. We're going to break down the event a little bit. There was an unfortunate incident that he wants to discuss. As we tell you guys all the time, like this sport is real. Everybody says it's fake. It's not.
Yes.
It's entertainment. They're doing their own stunts. It is, yes, predetermined, whatever you want to call it, but they are still putting their bodies on the line. Unfortunately, there was an incident that happened. Thankfully, everything's worked out as far as we know. But Lucious wanted to come on and discuss that with us so he could break down tell everything that went on from start to finish, so there's no questions about it. And let's bring our guy out here right now if he's ready to go. Lucious, what's up, my man? You're muted, my dude. You're muted.
Got it.
There you go. There you are.
Good
What's
to be
up,
back.
dude?
Good to be back. Unfortunately, under these circumstances, but good to be back.
So talk to us, man. Saturday was a fun night for us. We know you guys seem to have a good time.
Put on a hell of a show.
Yep, it was a great
Yeah,
benefit.
I mean, I want to start off by saying again. You stated it. You started it off. The sport is real. You know, for the a lot of times it's scripted. You know, we get it. It's scripted. You know, it's okay. It's scripted. You know, wins and losses, we get it. You know, but this sport is really real because things happen. And yesterday, unfortunately, well, not yesterday, Saturday, unfortunately, was one of those days that something happened. Now, it's a lot of the things are being fabricated online.
Before we get too far into this, I want to just give a shout out to Judy Wiggins. This was an event for her. I wanted to clarify that so she gets her credit for this too. We did some good fundraising for her? Is that what I'm assuming?
Yeah, it was actually phenomenal. I mean, a lot of the fans reached out. A lot of companies reached out. They did a lot of beautiful things for her. You know, she was pleased with it. She was excited. She was crying over the thing. You know, so it was actually a good thing that we did for, you know, especially when it comes down to a benefit. A lot of the workers, you know, they did a lot for that competition, you know, for that event as well. So it was a lot of things that, you know, we did for her. She was really, really appreciated because a lot of people don't do that for, you know, for people, especially in their conditions and stuff that's happening in their lives. So something like that really happened, and it made her feel that she's not alone. It made her feel that she's not alone, and that was really appreciative. And a lot of people online, you know, they knew about it and they didn't want to, you know, a lot of them didn't, and they don't have to participate, and they don't have to reach out. That's not their job. But the family base of what we did at High Ground, that was actually family based, and we did this for her. She was actually really appreciated for it, and she actually reached out to you guys as well to say thank you as well.
That's awesome. I wanted to make sure that nothing else was overshadowed, unfortunately, with what we're going to discuss. There's been a lot of back and forth, but I wanted to make sure that we shouted out Judy first for the main reason why we were all there. And then Lucious, I'm going to give you the floor and you can just roll with this, my dude.
Yeah, I mean, like, you know, again, like we said, you know, wrestling, what was that? Okay, wrestling is real, you know, pro wrestling is real. What was that? Crawley. But there's a lot of things that happened in that night. You know, especially let's get to the thing. It was an incident in a ring where the kid, you know, got knocked out, you know. And let me start off by saying it was a mistake. It was nothing maliciously. You know, we have great wrestlers, Vincent Torres, great wrestlers, Jeremy, he goes by Guapo. Very talented wrestlers. Mistakes happen, you know. Um, so I want to, so you guys can understand this, what's really going on, because a lot of people are online and bashing, saying, you know, oh, they're unsafe. A lot of people are saying online that, oh, he was concussed, he was dead, he couldn't move. Nobody's being professional. Nobody did nothing about it. He was lifeless. Look at his body laying there. The referee didn't do nothing. The management didn't do nothing. The boys didn't do nothing. So let me address something so people can understand. And this is one thing that a lot of people, they want to paint the picture, but they don't want to tell you what the painter was thinking when he painted it. You know, so allow me to pause it right there and bring you to this story. We've talked about my head trauma, and I died. You know, and that's all we've talked about. It was a motorcycle accident. A rock was implanted in my brain for 3 seconds, for 3 inches for 22 seconds. I died. Boom. That was the story. And then the story went on with, you know, why, you know, I'm still here, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's the story. But that's all the story was said. But the real story that a lot of people don't know is the second side, the side that I was there and everybody that was around me was there and witnessed. That I don't explain to a lot of people. And I'm going to explain it now so people can understand what really happened in that ring. This is what happens when somebody gets concussed. All I remember is going to the motorcycle, seeing the tree, hitting the tree, and I remember waking up in the hospital. But what really happened, after I ran into that, I ran over the motorcycle, got up, ran into the tree. My motorcycle flipped around. I hit the tree. The motorcycle wrapped around me. Not like a cartoon, but it wrapped on me. I should have died there. Then I fell down. When I fell down, remember, that's why I say I don't remember. Now, this is the story what really happened. When I fell down, 5 seconds later, I got up. I looked at the bike and I looked at everybody and I said, what's going on? What's going on here? And everybody's looking at me like, dude, we just got into an accident. And I'm like, an accident? Who got hurt? Who got hurt? And they're like, and I looked at a guy on the floor, one of my friends. I said, oh my God, what's going on? Oh my God. Well, we got to call the ambulance. Somebody, why are you standing around me? Why are you standing there looking at me? Help him out. So we're rushing to the guy. He has a broken arm. So I'm rushing to him, and his wife was in an accident too. So I'm rushing to them. I'm like, don't just stand there and look at me. My friend turned around and looked at me. I had a rock 3 inches in my head, implanted, bleeding. My friend looked at me and said, bro, he grabbed me in a bear hug and said, the accident was with you. I said, with me? He placed me down. He grabbed my hand and placed it on my face. And when I went like this, I saw blood. And I started losing. Now the adrenaline is running out. Because I know I'm the one hurt. I see the blood. And the first thing I thought was my family. My kids, my wife, my friends, my family. And I started fading. And my friend actually thought I was going to die in his hands. And he's bawling in tears. And then I wake up to the story that I told you. I don't remember that. But the doctor told me exactly what happened. Your mind is there, but your body isn't. So now we're going to fast forward to this incident that happened in the ring, which is unfortunate. But when it happened to him, exactly what he said. You see, people don't understand what really happened in the ring, but they only want to say what they see, because half of the time this video is going to be muted, so they're not going to care about what people say. They want to see what they see. This is what they're going to talk about. But they don't tell you that when the kid got hit and he got dazed, he fell to the floor. He was still dizzy. Got up. They kicked him in the head, made him pass out. Instantly, in seconds, he was up. That the wrestler grabbed him and said, are you okay? And he said, yeah. What's going on? when he placed him in the ropes, a safe move because it doesn't choke you. It's a real safe move. He was talking. The referee was talking to him. Are you okay? And he said, yeah. What's going on? He didn't know. So the wrestler's like, what the hell? So he said, look, I'm going to do a suplex. We're going to take this home. The wrestler was saying, okay. When the wrestler grabbed him and wanted to lift him up, it was a dead weight. So the wrestler's like, what the hell? What's going on? Like, he said, bro, you good? Are you good? And he is still saying, yeah, I'm good. So when he landed, everybody looks at that video and go, oh my God, he landed in his head. Oh my God, like little fucking bitches. But the fact is that the doctor stated the same thing. He has dreads and it was piled up because of that didn't injure his head. He was already passed out to the thing. Was the incident supposed to happen? No, but it happened. When the wrestler said, I don't know what to do, let me put him in a submission. The submission was not hurting the kid, was not choking the kid out. It was very loose grip. He was talking to the individual saying, are you okay? What's going on? What are we doing? What's going on? Do you need help? And the kid saying in his ear, he's still talking, yeah, I'm okay. What's going on? Instantly the doctor hits the ring. The owners hits the ring. We all rush out to the ring. We stop. When I broke character and I ran into the ring to see what's wrong with this kid, he was still up. He wasn't knocked out. He wasn't dizzy. He was dizzy, but he wasn't knocked out. He was still talking. He said, get off me. I can do this. Get off. That part wasn't, that video wasn't posted out. But I'm pretty sure that guy has the video and he doesn't want to post it out. I'm pretty sure PJ Savage wants to talk shit because he's a fucking wrestler that never fucking made it himself. That wrestled in different companies and he wants to talk shit. And he's a professional wrestler. As a professional wrestler, we're here to protect each other. We're not here to hurt each other. But that's what they're doing. Another one, Picard or whatever. I don't know who the hell they are. There's another guy, Cowboy, whatever. I don't know who they are, but there are one of the guys that's posted it up. We kicked him out of our company because he was being a wrestler shooting on everybody. And we kicked him out because of that. Now he wants to post things up. It's not about them. It's about this kid that happened to it. He woke up instantly in the ring. When we took him to the back. I went in there, grabbed him out. When we took him out to the back, we spoke to him. That was not posted. None of this was being posted. Everything is being posted as it's high ground this and high ground this. Listen, we had Shane Douglas in there. Shane Douglas could tell you it was a beautiful company to work in. We had Danny Moff in there. Danny Moff will tell you the same thing. We had Anderson in there. Anderson will tell you the same thing. It's not the company's fault that something happened. That's one. If anybody wants to talk shit, never blame the company. Never blame the company, because if you work in McDonald's and you trip in McDonald's because you're clumsy, you're gonna blame McDonald's for it? No, you should blame your dumb ass for tripping over your own goddamn feet. Don't blame the company. The company has no fault in it. The company don't set things up. We don't say, oh, knock them down, knock them out, go shoot on them. We don't say that. So the company has no fault in it. Now, a lot of people want to say the referee. Listen, from the wrestlers that go in the ring, from every wrestler that's talking shit online, sharing the video, none of them has medical history, medical background. None of them. The referee doesn't have any medical history, medical background. Not even the owners have it. The only one is the doctor. And the doctor thought it was a real show. It was like, oh my God, that kid could sell. Because everybody in the back thought he could sell too. Everybody was like, oh my God, this kid is a real good seller. And at times, things like this happen, where there's injuries happening, and you're like, oh my God, it's you know, is it real? Is it fake? What's going on? They put in my leg. You know, this is pro wrestling. So we don't know at times that it's going to be real, because sometimes the people are good actors. You know, so when this happened, the haters wants to state there and go, oh, well, you know, he was being for real. He was knocked out. Oh my God, it's unprofessional about the boys, it's unprofessional about the company. No. What's unprofessional is the people that's actually sitting there in the video, throwing the video, backlashing on people that they don't know nothing about and they haven't even been part of it. If they want something to say, then reach out to the company. Reach out and be concerned about that individual that it happened to. Reach out to the individual. And none of these wrestlers that's actually sharing this reached out to that individual, that wrestler that it's happened to. They avoid it. He's not even being mentioned. All they want to mention is the guy Jeremy and the guy Vincent. Oh, you should never hire them. They're problematic people. First of all, and I'll sit there and say that they didn't go in that ring maliciously. They didn't. The move was set. The thing was choreographed. We all agreed it was okay. It was a slow paced match. It wasn't a real high flying match. It wasn't an expertise match. It wasn't a WrestleMania moment. It was a good moment, good wrestling, slow pace, something that was really, really good. And it happened. Cool. It wasn't their fault that it happened. I would sit there and say that it didn't happen. It wasn't like that. When somebody's maliciously, you can look at their eyes. You can see in their eyes if they're malicious about it. These kids were heartbroken because they're all friends. All three of them were friends. They were in the back crying. So people want to talk shit, right? People want to talk shit on me, and I hope they're seeing this now. And I hope they can screenshot this and put it out there. These three kids, these two kids that performed the move on that one kid, understand that Vincent and Jeremy were both in the back. They had obligations to be in that ring and leave. They had to go somewhere else. They canceled their fucking plans. And they stood right with that kid. They stood with him until the ambulance came. They stood with him until the ambulance. They missed the whole show. They stood there. They said, listen, that's not important. My friend is. And they stood there with him. Make sure he was sitting down. Make sure he had something to drink. The doctors kept checking up on him. They were there, helping him out, talking to him through it. If this was malicious, they would have left. That was their opportunity to leave. Why sit there and cry? When the kid wasn't even crying, the kid was like, what's going on? Lost. And they're crying with sentimental, feelings. Why? But that's not being posted. That's not being posted. But with these shitbags, these fucking pussy wrestlers, they call themselves family. They go up there and they grab a video and go, oh, let's shit on the company. The company that doesn't want you. The company that will never hire you. The company that kicked you out of this company. And you know who the fuck I'm talking about. So if you have a problem, come see me. Because all of you are the same thing like everybody else. You got a lot of shit talking. You're snakes behind people's back. But you don't have the balls to say it to their face. Because you want to talk shit about high ground. Then why not talk shit high ground right now? Why you got to go and talk shit behind everybody? Because you want people. You go to every one of these wrestlers. And this is the facts. You go to every one of those wrestlers and look at their promos. Look at their wrestling work. You see them in their videos. You see it. They only get like 300 views. The reason they stole, and correct so people can hear it, they stole this video that does not belong to them and never asked permission to get this video. They stole it just to get views. So the media could be on their side so they can gain more publicity, more clout by spreading negativity. But if you want to be a pro wrestler, you want to be talking the facts, then why don't you reach out to these individuals? Why don't you reach out to the company? Why don't you reach out to these wrestlers? And why don't the wrestler that happened? What sickens me is that the wrestler that it has happened to has never got contacted by anybody. And the wrestler spoke and did a live with Jeremy and said, bro, you don't have to apologize. I forgive you. Things happen. When we step foot in the ring, when we step between those ropes, we know shit might go down. He might get hurt. I might get hurt. And if it doesn't, thank God we did something good. But people want to sit there and say, oh, it was unsafe. But yet you'll have a ladder match. People say it's unsafe, but you'll do headshots with a chair. Glass matches. Fucking lighting matches. Powerbomb through a table. You think that's safe? Men versus girl. You think that's safe? But because a kid got a concuss in an accident, that's unsafe? No, it's just cause shit fucking happens. And unfortunately, it had to happen to one of our guys. But I suffered an MCL in there. Shit fucking happens. I didn't blame the company. I didn't blame the wrestler. It just happens. And that's what happens in wrestling. We agree and we understand that once we step foot in those ropes, between those ropes, and we step foot on the mat, shit will happen. I was trained by the most ruthless guys. That those guys that are sharing, can't even light the candle to these guys. We're talking about Afa and Awahi. Me and him don't see eye to eye, but that man's one of the best, one of the trainers that actually helped me. Molson, Pops, Gangrel. You want to talk about people that I followed and people that actually helped me and people that don't, that knows. You talk about concussion, talk to the wrestlers and tell them, have you ever received a concussion? Have you ever got hurt in the ring? Yeah. Chances are you have gotten hurt or your opponent has gotten hurt. How? By accident. We don't go out there maliciously. These kids did not do that maliciously. These kids everybody knew their spot. And they performed the spot. This is what they're not telling you. These students performed that spot 3 different times. Several times. Practiced it several times. It just happened. It just so happens that when you get in the ring, the adrenaline, the excitement, now the mistakes can happen. And this is unfortunately the mistake that has happened. It doesn't matter of their training. Could they be trained a little bit better? Maybe. That's not the point. Maybe they couldn't be trained better. Maybe they were trained better. It's not the point. The point is they're hating these kids because of where their training came from. Because of where their past is from. It shouldn't be like that. If my dad was a piece of shit, Dad, don't judge me because of my fucking dad. My dad is a piece of shit. I'm not. What happens to these kids are now being canceled or trying to be canceled by these shit wrestlers. Those shit wrestlers should be canceled. The fact is, fans, I have emails and messages from hundreds of fans contacted. Is the kid okay? Is the kid okay? Thank God he's okay. I wish everything go. You had a beautiful. The show went awesome. We love it. We'll definitely be back. Sorry that this happened. We understand things happen, etc., 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 etc. And they're reaching out to us. They're reaching out to us for that child, for that kid. I call them children because they're students. But when they reach out to them, that was admirable of the fans. Because honestly, we don't do this for shitty ass wrestlers. We do this for the fans. If the fans enjoy it, then our job is complete. And the fans reached out. Not one wrestler that has the balls to screenshot this, record it, send it out, and go, oh my God, look what happened. An anonymous person sent me this. Not one of those shit wrestlers has the balls to actually contact us direct and say, hey, what happened in that show that kind of looked it bad? You know, even if you had your own opinions about the unsafe workers, then talk to us direct, face to face, one-on-one. Why do it behind our backs? Just to get popularity? Just to get popularity because you don't look like a wrestler? You don't act like a wrestler? You're not being treated like a wrestler? Because you wrestle in every Tom, Dick, and Harry company and you're getting shit and you'll never fucking make it? Is that the truth that hurts? You have to shit on other companies. The fans reached out to us, and we appreciate, and we want to send the thanks to all our fans and fans that they weren't. We had. This is the thing. When they talk shit about us, a lot of people seen it. A lot of people reached out to us and said, "I can't believe that they said that," because we know how they are, and they started following us. And they started liking our stuff and say, we're going to be there in your next show. We don't believe what people show us. We want to see their first. We don't believe we're like that. I was like, wow, that's really good. So we had a lot of people reach out to us like that way. You know, our job in here is for the people. It's for the people. It's not for the workers. It's for the people. We have good workers. You know, sometimes workers perform like shit. You know, like one of the guys, I forgot his name. He goes by a cowboy gimmick. I don't know. He posted up that we're a problem. Our company's unsafe, and he was actually training with us, and we kicked him out because he was unsafe to work with. You know, he knows who he is. But there are other wrestlers that I'm surprised that they're even talking shit. Because why even talk shit about anything that happened if he wasn't even there to begin with? You have the option, you have the ability to actually talk to the kid that it happened to. Nobody's reaching out to him. Nobody's sending him friend requests. Nobody wants to know the real truth of what happened in the ring. And what happened in the ring is nothing what they seen on the video. On the video, you see the kid getting hit, get on the floor, the kid lifeless, he goes to the ropes, he gets him to the suplex. Oh my God, that was a suplex. Boom, he's down. Oh my God, nobody cared. They don't know what happened in the ring. The kid was talking, the referee was talking to the kid. The kid was still talking to the ref, saying, I'm good. So what do you think the referee's going to say? Oh, no, you're not good. We're calling the match. If you are able to say, I'm good, the referee's going to do it. And the referee in the back told the kid, you said you was good. The kid said to him, I thought I was. So what am I supposed to do with that? Am I a medical field? I tore my MCL in a ring. The ring was warped. Wrestling people, they know what that means. I tore my MCL because the ring was warped. Did I blame the company? No, the referee looked at me and said, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I got it. I'm at. Got up and still performed my match. Still performed my move. Won. Went to the back. Collapsed. And the referee's like, "Bro, I knew something was wrong, but you told me not to call the match." I was like, "Well, I'm a wrestler. We're hard-headed. Unfortunately, we got to learn the hard way." And that's what happened. And that's what they're not publicizing. That's what they're not showing. They're just showing their little, oh, well, look how professional they are. First of all, the company's not unprofessional. The company's professional. Every company, hell, even hardcore. You want to say unprofessional, then hardcore companies are unprofessional too. Because they allow you to get hit with chairs. They allow you to get hit with steel ladders and lights in your head. They get stabbed in the head. Barbed wire matches. That's unsafe. So they're not. So they're okay. They're okay because an incident like this happened. Now we're unsafe. When we have nothing but the best workers work, but because they're not here, they're not considered the best. They're upset. They want to downplay us because of that. It's not about. They need to understand just as much as we need to understand that it's not about the wrestlers. The wrestlers need to understand that it's not about the wrestler. It's not about his gimmick and his career, about him being a pro wrestler. We all know everybody tries to be in this wrestling world and try to lie to the fans and go, yeah, wrestling doesn't hurt. Wrestling's fake. Wrestling's not fake. But we all get mad when they say that. Wrestling is scripted. But the stunts, again, they're all real. Everything, even getting hit in the head with a chair is not fake. It's real. It's just if you sit there and tell me get hit in the head with a chair, my job is to block it. But if I don't block it and I time it wrong and do this and it hits me in the head, I'm gonna bleed. I don't see that. I seen that in front of me where he's gonna get hit. They studied it and practiced it all in the back. I'm gonna get hit in the head with a chair. Okay. One motion in the ring, too excited. He placed his head down instead of going like this. He placed it down. The head caught him right in the back of the head, split him up. He fell out. He got concussed. Whose fault was that? Shit happens in wrestling. It's ultimately our fault, not the company's fault, not the company's fault, not the referee's fault. Us, the wrestler, because we agree to go in there and understand shit might go down, and when shit goes down, we have to accept it. You break your leg, you break your arm, break your finger. We have matches where guys versus girls, and the girls get split up. Are we supposed to be bleeding in this industry? No, not in PA. That's illegal. We're not supposed to be bleeding. But if it happens by shit luck and by accident, the chair hit you and it split you because your head is soft and you start bleeding. Oh, you didn't plan that. It just happened. But now they want to be cool and go online and look at me, take pictures of me bleeding. That's safe. Just to show people it's cool to get hit in the head and get bleeding. That's not safe. But you want to sit there and say it's unsafe for a child to get hit in the head. And that's unsafe in a move that was not supposed to happen. It was an accident where all four wrestlers in the ring understood it was an accident. The kid that got concussed never said, oh, yeah, they did it on purpose. They were talking through the whole thing. They were having a good time. They were laughing in the ring. They were joking in the fucking ring, as we all do, as we should, because then they were friends. They need to understand that they're friends. They're not strangers to each other. They didn't meet that day. They're friends. Friends go in there and have a good time.
I think a lot of that gets lost in translation where these guys know each other. I'm going to give you a chance to catch your breath here for a minute because you kind of went there. You're getting a little worked up. I want you to calm down. Justin and I
was loving it.
I was too. Justin and I saw this firsthand, and we were both kind of confused to the point. I'm going to let Justin talk to his side of this, but you can hear us in the video. If you watch the whole thing, Justin and I were kind of unsure what was going on. We weren't sure if it was a work, if it was part of the show. So, Justin, do you want to share what you were doing and what you were about to do? But we just didn't want to step on toes or anything.
So, for some reason, they thought it was a good idea to give me the bell and hammer. Fantastic. It was fun. I loved every minute of it. So I'm sitting there watching that, and when they did go for the suplex, and he was limp. Like I had the hammer in my hand, and I wanted to start ringing the bell because I didn't know if he was out or not, but I didn't want to step on toes because he sold so many moves earlier that were fantastic. So I was like, "You're caught there."
And part of his
It's an odd
character,
spot.
and his character is such of the goofy nature,
Yeah.
the Maulers, that you don't know. You know, we were new to this. This was our first time, and we wanted to make sure we were doing right by on our side, you know, and we kind of saw the whole thing, you know, and to go to your point, we walked outside after to kind of see what was going on with the wrestler. And Lucious is right. This isn't being made up. Like, these guys were talking. The kid was alert.
Yep.
He was sitting in a chair. Everybody was showing concern. The referee, the owner of the company, every single wrestler that was there was showing concern for what was going on. And he's right. Those guys stayed with him till that ambulance left. And I saw Torres's video the following day or whatever it was, where he was apologizing in the video. And I never thought to save it to share it to our page. But the dude was upset. This was not something that he was trying to do on purpose or to hurt anybody. So I'm going to get off my soapbox with this last statement. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. But when an opinion comes from an asshole, your fucking opinion doesn't matter to me. So
Get him. Oh, Green Jimmy the Cricket suit wearing ass motherfucker. Get him. Oh,
shit. Watch the whole video and stop running because you're complete. I'm done.
No, but you're right about that. You know, like nobody's gonna talk about what happened in the back. Nobody's gonna talk about what happened in the back. You know, from the podcast team, they were all concerned, making sure he was okay. Clustering him because
there it is.
They weren't clustering him because the doctor was like, give him space, he needs air. So we took him outside, you know, calling the ambulance before the ambulance came here. Victor, Vincent, and Jeremy right there next to him, crying, holding him.
Yeah.
You know, listen, I'm sorry. I heard them say sorry 1,000 times. And I heard the kid, Raekwon, is his name, so people can understand who they're talking about instead of calling him the kid like you guys think. His name is Raekwon. He was one of the Maulers. Raekwon, they apologized to him 1,000 times, and Raekwon accepted it 101 times at that moment. Throughout the whole entire night. People don't understand that throughout the whole night, they were making sure, calling him, making sure, calling his girlfriend, making sure this is that, everything's good, calling his family, make sure everything was. The next day, me, Raekwon, Vincent, and Jeremy together in the chat. And they got sourpuss faces. You know, I'm like, bro, come on, like, you know, Raekwon's in there and he says, no, you could apologize 1,001 times. I'm gonna apologize 1,002 times. I'm gonna accept it 1,002 times. You don't need to apologize to me. You don't need to apologize to me. These two individuals, Jeremy and Vincent, but with the stories that was said amongst themselves, you could tell there's a lot of bullies in this industry, from trainers to owners to wrestlers. There's a lot of bullies, and these kids got bullied. Now, I'm not pinpointing who's bullying him, who's not, but I know they're bullying him. And now, online, they're getting even more bullied. Oh, they want to get blackballed. And I'm going to say the same thing like I told them and like I tell the world, because Paul Heyman said it best. You can't cancel me if I don't let you. So I tell them, don't let anybody cancel you. The only way you're going to get canceled in this world is if you give up and allow them to cancel you. So please, I hope anybody that's watching, screenshot this, and try to cancel Lucious Krow, because you'll never win. Because many have tried and many have failed. In this incident that happened, those two guys should not be canceled. These two guys, if you guys want to help anybody, this is for the wrestlers that's talking shit or the owners that's talking shit on chat rooms, private chat rooms like you guys do. If you guys really want to help these kids out, Reach out to them. Help them. Help them understand that in this business, it's a lot of politics. Help them understand that in wrestling, it's not always sunshine, and flowers on the other side. Show them that they can be better, they can be stronger, they can be wiser, they can be vets in the future, but with knowledge by us, the vets, helping them out. Show them, guide them, comfort them, not in cancel, but in pushing them further so this doesn't happen again. And if it does happen, they know what to do and how to help. Show them how to be pro wrestlers and not pro whining bitches like you're being right now. Show them how to be a pro wrestler. Show them how to be a real man in this sport and help each other. When somebody falls, your job is to grab and lift them up. That is the key in life. When someone falls that you are a part of, if someone falls, you as the bigger person, you put your hand out and help them up. That is your job. Help them up. Our job is not in wrestling to help when they're down. Stomp on them while they're down. That makes us the bullies. So anybody sharing this video is only proving the point that there are bullies because they become bullies. Now they want to target the company. They never targeted the company last week. They never targeted the company 2 weeks ago. They never did. Why all of a sudden they got to target it now? Why? Because something happened now they want to be bullies? There's no need to be a bully. Be a man. Stand up to bullies. You see, when I was a child, I don't like bullies in no matter. When I was a child, I was bullied because I was always the smallest. I was always the shortest. Obviously now, I'm not the smallest. So niggas don't want, people don't want to, tempt me. People don't want to tempt me. But when I was growing up, I was a bully and I didn't know how to stand up. My older brother was the one who guided me and stopped it and made me realize that I can stand up for myself. These two wrestlers right now are getting bullied by the wrestling community, by bullies in the wrestling community. Yes, those that share this and talk crap about this company or talk crap about these wrestlers or talk crap about anybody in the ring, that is being a bully. You're bullying them. So stop being a bully. Stand up for yourselves. Stand up for them. When people fall, if they're falling right now and they're falling because they're really hurt about this situation, reach out your hand, pick them up, stand them up and help them out. Help them walk straight again. Why continue bashing them? Because in wrestling, you're in this for yourself. Everybody wants to go to business for themselves. If you give them a chance, if there's a chance of me and them going to WWE, they will do everything and anything to make sure they go and not me. That's how this world works. People always backstab you in your back. People always backstab you. In this wrestling world, I need the world to understand. I need the world and the wrestlers in the industry. Yeah, they need to understand that there is no friendship in here. The family you make is in a circle, but we are all not family because those that are not in that circle will go against you. And they'll call yourself family, but they become the bullies. In this wrestling industry, there's a lot of politics. Just as work, there's politics. There's a lot of politics in this. There's a lot of backstabbers. There's a lot of snakes in pro wrestling. There's a lot of these bullies going around bullying people and thinking it's okay as long as they got a couple cheerleaders behind them cheering them on. They become bullies. That's why my promos, if anybody's curious, please watch all my promos. Everything I say is to the T, word for word. It offends people because it exposes people. Because I speak in my promos the truth. And that's why you'll see my promos, they don't reach 300 views, 64 views. They reach thousands of views. Why? Because I speak from the heart, from the mind, from the eyes of the truth. That's what people don't understand and people are scared of. The truth of this is Jeremy and Vincent are not malicious wrestlers. They didn't do this to be maliciously. I know them personally. They did not go in there to go to business for themselves. Hell, they stopped business. They didn't care about who was going to win or who wasn't going to win. They stopped it to see what was happening with their friends that went into this match together, and something happened. This showed me what true friendship is about. Not for nothing. This showed me what true friendship is about because Jeremy, Vincent, and Raekwon, they all came up together. They were all talking before I even came into the picture. They all came up and they all were talking, and they were like, "Yo, chill. Like, we're okay. We're okay." Like, I'm like, well, like Raekwon wasn't mad. Nobody was mad. Jeremy, and of course, because they did it, and they're mad because everybody else thinks they did it, and because they're shit wrestlers. No, they weren't shit wrestlers last month. They weren't shit wrestlers in the other companies that hired them. But now all of a sudden they're shit wrestlers because of incident like this happened. This is what it is. Shit happens in this wrestling, in this industry. Shit happens. Unfortunately, it sucks. It sucks. I wish I didn't break my tibia, fibula, and ankle. I wish I didn't separated my shoulder. I wish I didn't got an MCL. Shit happens. It happened to Triple H. Rey Mysterio got into an incident in Mexico, and he wasn't being canceled. He's still with WWE to this day. Something happened with Triple H in the ring. That wasn't Triple H got hurt. He tore his MCL and stuff like that. Guess what? Nobody said WWE was a shit wrestling. To Starks, forgot his name, in AEW. He did a move, got concussed, he's out. What happened? Oh, they say AEW is a shit because of that. You know, they didn't blame the wrestlers either. But in independent wrestling, it's so easy to become a bully. It's so easy to become a bully. So you want to shit on everybody because a mistake happened. But if you go to online, how many wrestling fans show me this all the time? They send me videos of another independent, you know, doing a wrestler doing a somersault. He didn't go off the ropes. He landed on the turnbuckle. I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Was that the wrestler? Was that the company's fault? No, that was the wrestler.
Not for nothing. That's not just independence. I'm going to shit on a company here. You go watch AEW. They have a lot of that. A lot of oh shit moments, and not in a good way.
Yeah, no, and that's valid. Look at Jade Cardell when she was there. God, she didn't know how to wrestle. She still doesn't know how to wrestle now. You know, like her match was cringy.
But that's why she's with Bianca to carry the match.
That's the thing where everybody is. The fact is that every fan needs to understand. Yes, wrestling is not fake. It's choreographed. It's scripted. Yes, but the stunts are real. The moves are real. You know, the passion is real. You know, when we step foot in that rope between the ropes, we understand and we agree that shit can happen, either to us or to them. Shit will happen, and if it doesn't, thank the gods. But if it doesn't, and something does happen, now we got to deal with the consequences. What happened? Was it severe enough to be like, oh my God? Or was it just, oh, okay. I suffered 3 concussions, 2 within 1 year, but I suffered 3. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that has more concussions than I have. I'm pretty sure wrestlers out there can tell you their injuries that happen in the ring. And you ask them, why are you doing this? And they'll tell you, well, you know what? I love wrestling. That's why I do it. These kids love the wrestling. It happened. So sorry that it happened. I didn't perform the move. They performed the move. So they don't feel like it was timed. You know, in wrestling, things happen. You know, I could throw a punch and it's not gonna hit you directly. Because of adrenaline, it might go a little sideways, and then you might not go this way, you might come this way, and I might bust your nose. I've seen that happen. Mistakes happen, but you know who's a shooter. You know who's going to go in there and just going to try to kill somebody. You know that. You know, oh, he's going to hurt somebody. You know it. There are wrestlers out there that's like, you know, you're like, oh my God, this guy's going to murder this guy. Look at him. But he works real good, real professional, real soft. He just looks.
Not for nothing. Danny Moff gave me that vibe the other night.
Yeah.
I saw him go in the ring. I'm like, that motherfucker's going to hurt someone. Holy shit. And then he throws that first headbutt, and I was like, God.
And the boys will tell you. He's one of the best workers that you can work. He's one of the best guys you can work.
So I'm gonna just address something. There's a couple of comments flying around in chat. We haven't brought them up, Lucious, because you're out here talking. So to anybody in chat that's asking all these questions, clearly go back and watch the beginning of the video so you get all the information that's already brought out. Because if we have to start this whole conversation over, we're going to be here till 10, 11 o'clock tonight. So go back and watch the beginning of the video. It will all be explained to you. I'm not here to create a firestorm, but if you want to start commenting on stuff, make sure you have the full story. We're just here to provide transparency for what's going on. So that's that. I want to just bring that up there.
All right. So this last one, I'm just gonna have to go right at.
Yep.
At that point, you don't realize he has a fucking concussion. Your adrenaline's going. If he's communicating with you and telling you he's okay, he's okay. Plain and simple. If you played sports as a kid, football specifically, you were always okay. It didn't matter how bad it fucking hurt because you wanted to be there. It's called competitiveness.
I think what we should do, our podcast.
We need to have them on.
That's perfect. I want to have those guys on. I want to have all three of them on here. So everybody that's complaining, we'll give you a good 10 minutes. We'll announce it a week in advance. Anybody wants to come and watch the show and get it from the horse's mouth so this shit stops, perfect. Because
I'm very passionate about wrestling. I'm very passionate of workers. I don't ever share. And I don't see a lot of people get injured in the ring. I never share it because I take too much pride in this industry, and I don't want to ever post up because I always say if I post up somebody else's injury, somebody might post my injury up. So I don't want nobody to post my injury up, so I don't post theirs out of respect. But if I see the person, I know he's friends with me or I can get a communication, I always reach out to them. Hey, bro, wow, I saw you, land on your neck. Are you okay? Because, this is being shared. And they'll tell me, I don't know why it's being shared, but it is what it is. But I'm okay. Thank you for reaching out. I don't know who you are, but thank you. This is what I do. I'm very passionate. So when I'm very animated, I'm very passionate. I'm a very passionate person about people that's in my life. I'm very passionate. I'm very overprotective, as we should have people like this. When you have friends that sit there and go, yeah, you're my friend, and then turn around and go, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, and they start talking back about you, those are snakes. I'm not one of those guys. I'm about one of the realest wrestlers you would ever meet in wrestling because I lived a interesting life. I lived a very interesting life. I don't care about my past. When it comes down to wrestling, I care about my future in the wrestling and my present. And whoever's around me, I treasure. I care for them. And I hate when bullies. I hate when bullies actually sit there. I like that. I like that. I love that. I love that. I love it. But I hate when bullies bully people and go, I'm not the bully. I'm not the bully. Quick story. When I was bodybuilding, I go to the gym a lot, and I used to go to this popular shout out to Danko's, gym. They helped me out as well. But when I was there, there was a kid, a real skinny kid, right? And then he was looking at me like he was lifting. He was like looking at me. I'm like, this kid looking at me. I think he needs help. I run up, I drop my stuff, run up to him, grab the weight, and I lifted it up for him. I said, "You okay, kid?" He's like, "Yeah." And he looked at me with a shocked face, like, and I'm like, what's wrong? Like, what, do I got something on my shirt? He's like, no, I'm just not used to people like you helping me. And I'm like, you people? What are you talking about, you people? Like trying to make it funny, He goes, no, not like that. I'm laughing. I'm like, I know what you mean. Why do you say that? He goes, because normally when you're in the gym, you meatheads don't help people like us out. And I looked and I said, well, here's the problem. I'm not a meathead. I'm you, just with muscles. I don't live like them. I don't think my shit don't stink. I don't look at you and go, huh, because those are the meatheads they were doing to this kid. He was struggling. They go, that wasn't me. I care too much about people in life. I care too much about people in my life and people around me. to be anybody like the meatheads and the bullies. I'm not that person. So I helped him out. And me and this kid became one of the best of friends. And now this kid is competing. And he was side by side with me winning the Arnold Classic in 2022. So you see how life works. People will judge you because of your looks. If you ever see me wrestle or anything, pictures of me, I have tattoos. I have my mustache is tattooed, my sideburns is tattooed, my beard is tattooed, I have my whole neck is tattooed, my back, I have 276 tattoos. You automatically will look at me and go, he's a meathead that got locked up. Here's an FYI. I've never, ever got locked up. In fact, the opposite, if you know who I am. I'm one of the good guys. I've never, I always obeyed the law. Always. A lot of people never think that about me. I look like a gangbanger, drug dealer, prisoner, felon. How many jobs I went to and they go, he's a felon. When I do my resume, they go, I think you're overqualified. Because I'm not who you think I am, but the visual, the picture. So now I look like this character. I look like I just came out of prison and so you just judge me. Look at him. He's a steroid freak. He's a murderer. He's a robber. He's a thief. He's a drug dealer. He's a felon. But it's easy to judge a book by its cover. It's easy to judge. But when you open that book and read the pages, you'll find something so beautiful in that book. So stop judging people by the book of the cover. The book of the cover is always created in the image of their brain, something beautiful, something, just to catch your image. The image of the book is for you to read the book. That's why we create the image of the book. So stop judging everybody in this chat if you can see it. I don't care what you have to say about me. Accept these words. Allow me to bless you enough with these words. Stop judging everybody by their appearance. Stop judging a book by its cover. And when someone falls, pick them up. No matter how weak or strong they are. Show your family, show yourself how strong you can be. Lift them up with words, with expressions, physically or mentally. Lift people up. Don't bring them down. Don't keep them down. And stop talking behind people's back. If you don't have the ability to talk to their face, then you have no reason to talk about somebody if you don't know them. You have no reason to talk about that person. If you want to talk about that person, reach out to that person and talk to that person directly. There's no need to do it behind people's back. That's what I have to say to the world. And stop canceling people. Just like that image said, you should post that picture up one more time. You can't cancel me because I won't let you. I love that picture.
I love it. All right. Lucious, is there anything else you want to get into tonight with us?
How was your experience?
We had a blast. We really did
fun.
have a good time. We had a lot of fun. We're looking forward to doing it again if you guys want us to come up.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was a different experience for us too. Like, I mean, we heard live, so like I didn't want to look at the hard camera. I wanted to look at I was told in the back. They were like, you do know you weren't looking at the hard camera. I was like, I know, but I'm looking at the live camera. Like that was more important right now. So but it was good. It was good. Like all the different characters and stuff. How was it for you?
It was cool. I mean, Justin and I were talking a few times, and we have to get to know the wrestlers a little bit more. It was our first time with everybody there. Justin's first time completely with your company. So we have to get to know the bios and, kind of just get to know the personas and the kind of the move set so we can call the matches a little bit better. And I don't think I told Krow, I don't think I told Justin this yet, but I kind of have to separate the fandom as well, because I kind of started watching the matches instead of calling the matches because they were good. And I'll tell you this, not because you're sitting here. This is my first indie wrestling experience live. I've seen a bunch of them, on YouTube and whatever else. You guys put out a really good product. Aside from the stuff we just talked about, everything was great. And unfortunately, like you said, incidents happen, but Justin and I were a few times, even on the intermission, this is awesome. Like, I've never seen anything like this. I've never experienced this. So for us to get our feet wet a little more and get used to it, I'm really looking forward to doing that, because we did have a good time with you guys.
It's definitely going to take getting used to sitting that close to the ring.
Yeah.
Because the reactions are a little different, because you're like, damn.
Yeah, it's loud.
You hear it all. Yep. And it was just.
And you guys were so welcoming to us too. Like, you guys have free run of the place. You can go where you got to go.
It really felt like when you guys were there, it actually felt like normal to us. Like, it didn't feel like, oh, they're the new guys. It just felt like so normal. Like, everybody was comfortable with you guys. And that's the beautiful part when you click with somebody. And that's how I felt like we clicked with you. So I felt real comfortable with you guys there. Even with the incident happening, you guys were still professional about things. You guys were still, calling it the way it's supposed to be. You guys didn't interfere, because that is not your job to interfere. And I know Justin, you said that you wanted to ring the bell real quick. Unfortunately, that you didn't want to overstep and that's cool. You didn't. There's somebody else.
Right.
Nobody. You weren't the only person thinking like that. Everybody was like, he did perform that. It didn't look that, it looked so good, like you're a good seller, so it's like, everybody was confused, and, so, but we felt confident about everything, when that incident happened. I was booed in the beginning of the show. When that incident happened, I was cheered. I was like, it kind of ruined my character a little bit, because I was the.
You had to. You had to.
Yeah, and but you know what, fans love what they see, and the fans love the footages. Fans love the video. Fans love the representation that was there. Fans were, they loved our promoters. They met you as well. They love you guys as well. So that's the key, is just to have fun and let the ball has to, let the ball run. Let's just go. You guys, if there was a ball that was dropped, you picked it up. You slam dunked it. It was really professional. A lot of the people were comfortable around you guys. I seen not just me. I seen all the other guys looking your way, talking your way. So they felt.
They did play that camera a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Yeah, and it's actually real good. Like, it was a good real experience for us having you guys there. You guys did phenomenal work. Honestly, you guys did phenomenal work. The commentating was he killed it. He's not here, but he killed it. I liked his work too. And that's all we want. We just want.
There he is.
There you go.
There he is.
Yeah, I'm just chilling. I'm chilling in the background. We're good. We're looking stuff up.
Yeah, but you
get
guys
credit while credit's due, man.
Yeah, you guys did phenomenal. You guys did. We had a lot of people too. A lot of the fans actually contacted us, and they were new. And some of the older ones contacted us, and they were like, hey, I never knew you had another announcing team, and that he's real good. I like him. Where can I find him? I shared your stuff, so everybody's looking at your stuff, trying to follow you guys. And that's we have to each one teach one, each one grows together. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to grow together, and that's the beautiful thing about it. Like, I like the experience and stuff. I love new experience. That's why I always ask. So how was the experience for you? How was the experience for you? Because I love the feeling. Because I know when I started, my experience was different. And then there were new fans there too. And that's the crazy part. There was new fans there, and not one of them. They actually bought tickets already for the next show. And they were brand new. That's they were awesome. Like, we know what happened, but wrestling things. We saw WWE last week. We saw what happened over there. We saw AEW the other week. We saw what happened over there. I know it's gonna happen here too. And they got tickets for the next show. They were ecstatic with you guys. They loved the announcing. They was like, oh, I love that you guys had the commentating. It was like more up to beat, up to they were there. I was like, hey, that's what we're here. We're here to to please the people. That's what I like.
The crowd work was really good with all the wrestlers too.
Yeah, they did. The Manimal, when he came out and started eating that little girl's candy, I was like, yo, what the fuck? It was awesome. So
I don't know who this lady is. I don't know who this lady is, but if she's watching, I love her so much. She's an older lady. She gives kids, not kids. No, she gives the wrestlers candies every time she's there. She gives wrestlers little Smarties.
That's awesome.
I walk out just to get some from her. I look for her every show. I'm gonna get me some
That's
kids.
too fucking good, man.
Yeah, but you see how appreciated these we have unique fans. We have unique fans, and we love that. We have a fan that actually comes to the building and runs the ring like 10 times.
I saw him.
You know, it's very appreciated. Yep. We love those fans. We love those fans. We encourage them to keep.
Next time we're getting our turnbuckle photos, all right, boys? We're gonna hold that title
totally
up high.
Dropped the ball on that one. So
we'll have a picture.
I can make it sometime in August.
We'll have a picture with Krow holding up our title belt up here too.
Yeah, because I lost mine, so you know.
Yeah, you'll have to have something to pose with.
Because of an injury, I get to lose my title. That's I'll deal with management with that one. Or they're gonna have to give.
There's got to be some kind of clause in your contract.
She's tough.
There's got to be some.
There is, but you know what? I'm dealing with this. I don't. If they're not gonna do nothing about it, I'll just let my lawyer deal with it.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, there's got to be a clause in the contract that states if you lose your title because of someone else defending it for you, you get an automatic rematch when you come back.
I'm calling my rematch clause. I'm calling it real soon. See? And if they don't accept it, let's deal with the lawyer. Politics. A lot of politics in here. So company or no company, I'll still take them to court.
So Jared's just as annoyed as I am.
Hold on. Speaking of lawyers, yeah, Corey, go ahead.
Yeah, Jared's just as annoyed as I am about the whole clipping of our video thing. While they used a portion of the video to paint things in a certain light, it is kind of shitty that they used our video by screen recording it and not giving us our due. But Jared's just as annoyed as I am. As you can see in the comments here, he says, if you wish to use our video, we kindly ask that you give credit to the original post by linking back to our official page or mentioning our show's name. This gesture of acknowledgement goes a long way in fostering a community that values and upholds creative rights. I want to express that we pour an immense amount of effort, creativity, and dedication into producing content that resonates with and entertains our audience. That was a very polite way of saying, give us credit before, we fucking come get you.
I wrote it. Put that at the end.
Yeah,
Can we get a clip of that and put that at the end of every video?
Right. I wrote it because I just couldn't really express it because I'm sitting here fuming a little bit. We do pour a lot of our creativity and a lot of our time into these shows. Oof. So when somebody does it by screen records and not actually share the actual video, it's kind of shitty. So
yeah, it's a slap in the face.
It is.
Hey, yeah,
it's a slap to the face, but I'll tell you something right now. It's actually a compliment because how many people are actually watching you? You see how that works?
Yep.
How many people are actually really watching you? And after that, I guarantee there's going to be a lot more that's going to keep an eye on you. And that's a good thing. Hey, how to say bad publicity? What is that? How does that go? Bad publicity is still good publicity?
Good. All publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, there you go. See what I'm saying? So it's a win-win. It's a win-win.
I want to add one thing to this, an extra layer, because I don't think people realize, number one, we said in the beginning, this was a benefit. Number two, not a single one of us got paid to do this benefit. We were there out of the kindness of our hearts to support someone that is going through a really shitty situation. And for someone to try to turn that and make it shittier to make themselves look better, fuck you.
Yeah, baby.
We were also there because of our love for the sport. Let's throw that in there.
That too, absolutely.
And because of that, the benefit was, regardless of what anybody wants to say, and wants to fabricate lies, and just to give themselves their own push and clout. The benefit was a success. It was a good cause. We had the good expression for it. The family, they were really genuinely thankful for what happened. The fans appreciated what we've done. The fans understood. Even for the benefit, Judy, she even understood this is wrestling. Things happen. We were all concerned about the same situation, but we were all together for the same situation. So, again, benefit went good. And Raekwon, so people that don't know who that kid is, his name is Raekwon. He's actually doing good. He had a slight concussion, not a full throttle concussion, not a head trauma. It was still head trauma, but it's not like life or death situation where he almost died. Slight concussion, which still should not happen. I do agree, but it happened. But he is home, resting with his families, and the doctor ordered him 2 weeks away from the ring. After 2 weeks, he is released, and he is back in business.
So we have a comment in chat from one Jackal Lockhart says, is there any dono links for the cause? Like, is there any way that he can donate to what you guys were raising money for on Saturday for Judy Wiggins?
There should be. If she reaches out to High Ground Pro Wrestling, they would send a direct link to them.
Okay, perfect.
It's a family based thing. It's not really like a website that we create to gag people like everybody does with GoFund and stuff like that. I mean, unfortunately, this is something really traumatic that happened to her. But if you contact us in High Ground Pro Wrestling, any of the management, they will guide you to the right way. They'll give you the link for that.
Perfect.
Good stuff.
All right, I'm gonna pop out and let you guys wind down. Okay, I'll let you handle your business.
Oh, we're going into business for ourselves. Okay.
You got anything else, Justin, Lucious? Anything else we want to throw before we get out of here?
No.
Well, no, everything was said. We could piggyback about this all over again. I just want people to understand. There's no need to cancel anybody. Please, I ask you guys. I don't have to, but I ask you guys, stop with the videos, stop sharing it. You guys don't know what really happened. If you're just catching this video, please watch it through the rest. Even if you see me all animated, I'm very passionate. I'm a very passionate person. So understand that you don't have to bash people. You don't have to cancel anybody. Help people, especially in this wrestling business, and understand that shit happens in this field, and it's going to happen next week. This is going to be forgotten next week. Something else traumatic is going to happen next week, because this is pro wrestling. But please, let's not disrespect each other as professionals. Let's not come in this field and be bullies. And there are a lot of bullies. And please, I tell everybody, every wrestler is out there, stand up for the bullies. Do not become part of the bullies campaign. Don't be part of them. Help these kids. So everybody knows Vincent and Jeremy and Raekwon. Nobody's bashing Raekwon. Nobody cares about him. That's fucked up. He's a good kid. He's performed. He's a real hell of a talent. But I get you guys are actually targeting these two kids. Don't let it go. Let it go. That's beneath you guys. These kids are talented guys. Shit happened. It happens. It happened. Let it go. These kids learn from they will learn from their mistakes. Everybody learns from the mistakes. Raekwon has learned from his mistakes, and he will learn from his mistakes. These three individuals should not be ridiculed. These three individuals should not be bashed. These three individuals should not be canceled. The company itself had nothing to do with what happened. The commentary had nothing to do with what happened. The doctors had nothing to do with what happened. But thank our doc. Thank our doc Jason that was actually there and went in the ring, which again, you guys don't see that part of the video. You don't see the ambulances. You don't see the concern. But thank the doctor that was there, took care of him the right way, checked up on him. Most doctors, so I want you to, another thing that a lot of people don't understand in wrestling. Most doctors, when they test you out the first time, they go, send them to the hospital because they don't want to deal with you. Send them to the hospital. And then you got to go to the hospital, right? That's how it works. Our doctor that was there, beautiful. He stood there the whole every 15 minutes, he was coming back, checking them. Called the ambulance. While the ambulance was going, what's your destination? What's this? Okay, kept checking them. And he didn't have to do that. And he did it because he's passionate about his field. And he did his job. So I like to thank everybody. I actually like to thank, High Ground for their opportunities. I like to thank the doctors for being professional. I like to thank the referees for actually being there. I like to thank the commentary, the NDT. I like to thank you guys, passionately thank you guys for what you have done. I like to thank the fans for participating. I like to thank everybody that actually benefited in participating in this benefit show. And I also really like to thank those people that actually send those videos out and make this into a bad thing, because I wouldn't get another chance to talk. So I love talking. Thank you guys.
So I just got one more thing. If you can reach out to the guys that were involved in this, and try to see if they try to feel them out. If they'd like to come on and discuss their side of it, just like you did, we'd be happy to have them on, talk to them. They can talk wrestling with us. It doesn't have to be completely about this. They may not want to discuss it at all. It's completely up to them, but we'd love to have them on just to shoot the shit, let them tell their side of stuff, and maybe talk some WWE, some other stuff, sports in general, whatever they want to talk about. Just bring them on and let's have some fun with them.
Yeah, I got actually my guy Raekwon texting me right now. Yeah, it's something that people should know. Like, we're not just wrestlers and just, bye, I'll see you next month. Like, we constantly talking. I got Jeremy hitting, contacting me. I got Raekwon texting me right now. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna say no. This is their time. It's a win-win for everybody. They can explain themselves to the people and actually show the people that we are actually family over here. We're actually family, and we understand nobody's being forced to say anything. Nope. We understand that shit happens, and it's not a big deal. Thankfully, I didn't lose a limb. Thankfully, I didn't lose my life. Thank God for that. That's the most thank that I'm gonna give. The most get is to God Himself for protecting us, because we were protected that day, and God did protect Raekwon that day. It didn't allow him to take his life. He wasn't ready to be called. It's just a mistake. Everybody's looking at it like, it's bad. But you know what? Thankfully, everything happened. Again, thanks to everybody that participated in that event, and thanks to everybody that's gonna participate in the event. I'll definitely talk to Raekwon. I'll talk to Vincent. I'll talk to Jeremy.
Yeah.
We'll definitely set it up for you guys, and you guys can just chop it up today.
It's not so much for us; it's for them. Let them put it out there.
Yep.
We're here for them. So
let them clear the air. Yep, absolutely.
That's awesome. I like it. Justin, you got anything else, my man?
No, sir.
We have to tell Lucious he's got to. You and I are in here. He's got to say goodbye the right way. You got to explain it to him.
So from when the fuck did we do the first episode? 5 years ago, we'll say. Before we started doing cameras and everything, every time we would end the episode, I would just end it with going later. And every time sitting next to Corey, it was with the deuces, even though there was no camera. And then once we started doing the camera, it just continued. So that's our thing. So if you see our stickers that are the Raven with the deuces going across, that's because of that.
And you're going to see it pop up. So, ready on 3. 1, 2, 3. Later.